Hey everybody, to get you in the mood for our guest, here's some songs that she would sing. ZSA Padillah in the house. Lost in the point of no return, there's no turning back. I learned I've fallen in love. How can you tell me not to feel? I'm not made of rock or steel. I've fallen in love. Found you and I lost my heart to you, my love. And all it took was just one look at you. I never felt this way, I think I never will. I'm not so sure I know just what to do. Are you really mine? Or am I just fantasizing in my mind? Your touch starting a fire in my soul, in my soul. In the point of no return, there's no turning back. I've learned I'm falling in love. How can you tell me not to feel? I'm not made of rock or steel. I'm falling in love. You know what the guess is, right? Stop to go for love, don't ever stop for love. Just let it in and it will find its way. Just like a rainbow flowing into the sea. Trouble come and you know just what to say. Are you really mine? Or am I just fantasizing in my mind? Your touch starting a fire in my soul. Lost in the point of no return, there's no turning back. I've learned I'm falling in love. Now how can you tell me not to feel? I'm not made of rock or steel. I'm falling in love. People at the Talia Watch Party, thank you for joining us once again. Our special guest. One of my dearest friends ever. She'll be out in just a bit. Ikaw ang pangako, taglay ng isang bituin. Tanging pangarap sa Diyos ay hiling makapiling sa bawat sandali. Ikaw ang pag-ibig sa araw at gabi. Ikaw ang pag-asang namulaw sa dilim, napapawi, hirap at bigati. Langit ang buhay sa tuwing ika'y hahakan. Anong ligaya sa tuwing ika'y mamasdan. Sa piling mo ang gabi, araw, ikaw ang pangarap, ikaw lamang. Sing with me, come on. Ikaw ang pag-ibig sa araw at gabi. Ikaw ang pag-asang tumlaw sa dilim, napapawi ang buhay. Pagbigati, sorry, wrong line. Langit ang buhay sa tuwing ika'y hakang. Anong ligaya sa tuwing ika'y mamasdan. Sa piling mo ang gabi, tila araw, ikaw ang pangarap. Ikaw lamang. Langit ang buhay sa tuwing ika'y hakang. Anong ligaya sa tuwing ika'y mamasdan. Sa piling mo ang gabi, tila araw, ikaw ang pangarap. Ikaw lamang. Thank you. So tonight, there's Vicky.
Hello. Just a little brief moment. Hi, Soler Watch Party. How are you all doing? Hope you're all ready for ZSA Padillla. She's coming right up. As soon as we get Martin situated, he will continue with your favorite ZSA songs. I want to say hello to Stuart May, who's here. Old friend Stuart May, hi. Also to all of the Martians and the Vixens. I love that name. Yes, he actually gave me her number.
No way.
Yes, we just don't have her. She's not on Facebook, Holly Vonk, right, Stuart? No.
Really? That's a first.
That's a first. There are not too many people not on Facebook, but you know what? Maybe she's on Instagram. Maybe she's on other places. Hi, Noel Ferrer. Just a little minor, our techie, our singer, our, sound guy. He's taking care of it all tonight. How about a round of applause for our techie over here, Martin NIEVERA.
Check two.
Take a bow.
My God, of all things not to check my batteries.
Okay.
All right, Vicky's going to come back. Thanks for stalling, Vic. What are twins for, right? Anyway, tonight is going to be a very special night. We've never really had a guest on a Sunday, no? Never, ever. And I think this is a perfect person to have on a Sunday because Sunday is family day and there's no one more family than ZSA Padillla. We've been through so much together, so many great memories together, through good times, through bad times. I know Noel Ferrer is watching and he knows that the ZSA is everybody's best friend. She's everyone's friend in the industry. Wala siyang kalaban, wala siyang kaaway. As far as I know, wala siyang kaaway, not in this house anyway. And I'm just so happy that she agreed to be with us. We don't, like I said, we're trying to get as many guests, especially for the Soler Watch Party, because we don't know how much longer we'll be doing this. So we thought, why don't we have a guest on Sunday and just whenever we have a guest, put them on, even without a schedule. What a great surprise! But before that, what I try to do with every guest day that we have is trying to get you in the mood for that person. Not that you need to be in the mood for ZSA Padillla, but just to get you in the mood. Now, through the years, we've had so many great times together, on stage and off stage. Memories we will never forget. I speak for everyone in the industry. ZSA's that friend, the forever kind. You agree? Yes, you do. I can't remember when the industry, and I think a lot of singers can learn a lot from her. So many things have happened to her in her personal life. So many things have happened to her in her professional life, and still, she is a champion. She has journeyed everywhere, there and back, and she's still there, performing for her ZSA Angels, making you proud with every hit song that she's ever recorded through the years. So before we bring you my guest of honor, first time on a Sunday here in the house, I'll leave you with one of her biggest hits. I speak for everyone in this industry. Fans, friends, kapamilya. We love you, Jaja. Kahit na ikaw pa ay lumisan, halik mo'y di ko na malilimutan. Lalo na't ikaw pa lang ang minahal, sa simula't katapusan ikaw lamang ang nagbigay kahulugan sa aking buhay. Kahit na ikaw pa ay lumimot, mundo ko'y tutuloy sa pag-ikot. Ang bituin na akala mo'y naglalangko, yun pala sa ulap lang nakatago. Katulad ng pag-ibig mong mapaglaro. Di ba sa simula sinabi mo walang matitiyak, kaya't ligaya habang kapiling mo'y isipin di magwawakas. Di kita pipigilan kailanman magbago ng isipan. Habang kapiling ka, ligaya walang hanggan. Kahit na. Joke. It was perfect for that. Lalo na't ikaw pa lang ang minahal, sa simula't katapusan ikaw lamang ang nagbigay kahulugan sa aking buhay. Di ba sa simula sinabi mo walang matitiyak, kaya't ligaya habang kapiling mo'y isipin di magwawakas. Di kita pipigilan kailanman magbago ng isipan. Habang kapiling ka, ligaya'y walang hanggan. Her voice is velvet. She's one of those pillar icons that you will never forget. She can sing, she can act, and her best role ever, best friend. Ladies and gentlemen, ZSA Padilla. Jaja, who's that on your couch with you?
It's Hyunbin.
Who is it?
Hyunbin.
You'd been in
Hyunbin.
quarantine for how long now?
Almost 2 weeks now.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
2 months?
No. We broke that. And
That's
then another.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's right. So you're now quarantining yourself again because we have ASAP again. How does that
That's
make you
right.
feel?
Oh, happy.
Right?
complete. The Sundays are going to be complete again. You know, we've been doing ASAP for so long that it feels weird when there's a Sunday and you're not doing anything, right? Anywhere I am in the world, I know that it's time for ASAP. It's weird.
Parang may body clock yung body clock mo. Oy, gising ka na dahil you have
True.
to up your voice, remember your
Yeah.
lyrics, remember your
Yeah.
parts. And be
Parang may
early.
gagawin ako. And then you get a little bit nervous, right? Because you're like, wait, I'm not prepared for something. Oh, I'm not doing ASAP today. Okay.
Were you that way
Yeah.
when you were a kid? Let's talk about your child. When you were a kid, were you the one of those kids who would lose sleep because alam mo baka mamaya may exam. There's a pop quiz. Is that what you used to call it? Pop quizzes? Were you that kind of a student
Yeah.
or were you studious?
No, I wasn't studious at all. I only loved school in college. But no, I would never stress on that because I just like, I'm going to pass it. I just know I'm going to pass it.
And did you?
And yeah. And, you know, I have a story of when we had, there's a parang college proficiency test in the Philippines. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, so you take it in high school, right? So just to check if you're going to make it in college. And everybody thought I cheated because I got the highest score. And I was like, I didn't cheat. It was easy. And pala because it was an IQ test. So, you know, sometimes you never know a person's intelligence
Mhm.
until it's tested, I guess. Because, yeah, I love to play. I played volleyball from grade 6 until the whole of high school. I played
I
volleyball for
never
5
knew that.
years. Until I
Volleyball.
was
Like,
the
I, s-
volleyball.
I see you now as very health conscious, but not an athlete. Were you competitive?
No, but I wasn't competitive, but I enjoyed it. I loved it. And I only became team captain on my on the 5th year that I played.
Really?
Yeah. So I really enjoyed it. I went to school just to be with friends to play.
Were you tall? Were you tall when you were younger?
I was, yes, when because I have sisters who are 5'8", right? You've met my sisters. They're
Your
pretty
sisters are
tall.
tall, yes.
And I thought I was going to be tall too, because in grade school I was always at the back of the line. So I stopped growing at 14, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, what was that like? You're all sisters, right?
No, I have two brothers,
Oh, you have two
but there's
brothers.
6 of us. Yeah.
And you are in the sixth. Oh, we're also six. We also have six of us.
Yeah. I'm the fourth in the family.
The
So I
fourth.
was a baby for a while because it took like 4 years for my mom to be pregnant again and pregnant within the same year.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough, but I was like the baby for a while. I remember that.
What was that
It was
like
a
though?
happy home.
Mm.
I grew up in a small home with 2 bedrooms, and I grew up in a compound with the Padilla siblings of my father. So there was always noise. There was always playfulness, and playing in the streets, in the yard. Uh, Even in the canals, we would play.
Mm.
The canals used to be cleaner than it is now. Believe me. And I was so hyperactive that I love playing in trees. And I remember I set up like a small dollhouse, and I would play on top of the roof. And every time my mom would scold me, I would go up there, and she would look for me, right? Because when you're a mom and you scold the child, right? After like an hour, you feel a pang of guilt, and you're going, Sha Sha. And I'd be smiling, looking down, and my mom like, you never find me.
So does she
Yeah,
know,
I
or is this the first time you're admitting? Did she know you were up there?
know. Because they wouldn't want you up there. You could be in an accident, right? But I was just so hyperactive. It was crazy.
Really?
I loved it. Yeah. And I had such a beautiful childhood. I just remember there was a lot of playing.
So you came out. You grew up in an atmosphere of your whole family, both sides, were always present. Is that the reason why you're always going back to see your sisters? Were you that tight a
Uh,
unit?
yes. If you can believe it, I talk to my sisters every single day. We're always messaging each other. So first thing in the morning, I would just go on my phone and talk to them. And there'll be so many messages, like you're back
Wow.
reading.
And they're all in Vegas or are all over America?
One is in Vegas. That's how
Wow.
clannish the Padilla family is.
That's so nice.
Everyone's just,
And I always see you traveling with your mom. And sometimes when ASAP goes to a nice place, kasama din yung mami mo.
those are some of the best memories I have. Like, remember when we were in ASAP, Toronto? Oh, was it Toronto? Yeah.
Yes,
So
Toronto.
we went on a tour. We rented a big van and
Wow.
we went around. Yeah. We went to Washington, just going down there, dami Cape Town. That was such an enjoyable trip that we had.
I remember that. Everybody was present and you were dying to finish all the taping so you could get on with your tour. Now,
Family tour with them. We went
of
to
all-
New York.
yes, you drove. You drove to New York from there?
Yes.
Oh,
Not me
wow.
personally.
Who was doing
We
the
just
drive?
had two drivers. My sister Bong, who my mom said, "You're such a cascasera."
Would you say that you're living the life now, Jaja? I mean, I know your life story. It's really, I don't even have a script to talk to. I know your life story. I know where you've been. I know what a survivor you are. I know how
Mm,
you've come back from, you've had many comebacks in your life. But
yeah.
in where you are today, at this very moment, before we go further, are you living the life now? Is this where you're the most happy, you think?
I have a lot of good memories, but I'm just living the life that I want because at this point in my life, my kids are all grown up. They have their own homes and I can do whatever I want. And I don't have to think, oh, I need to go home and be with my kids. Um, of course, you never stop being a parent or a mom and you always worry about your children, right? But then I got to a point where in some of my other children will say, "Oh, please don't be a helicopter mom. Don't be hovering around us." And I
Hovering.
got to thinking, yeah, stop hovering. They would really, because they're my friends too, and they could be very casual and frank with me. So ayun, they'd say, "Mama, stop being a helicopter mother." Just and
Really?
I realized, what was I doing at that age? Was I thinking about my own mom? I wasn't. I was living my life.
Hmm.
So yeah, just let go and allow them to experience life the way they should.
I've noticed that the way you're very loose. You don't have a very long leash. I mean, sorry, leash on your
Mhm.
children.
Yeah. Yes.
We all wish we did, but do you see one daughter more mature than the other? Who's more mature, if there's such a thing? Who's more advanced when it
Probably
comes
not
to
mature,
reasoning?
but maybe responsible in the sense that she's being the ate. Is Karil. Ate is the oldest and the very first apo of my parents. So she acts that way. She's like,
Mm.
"Oh, did you check? Did you check ate?" We call Coco, my second child, ate. So did you check ate? She would go like that. Did you ask if she's having her checkup?
Really?
So she would, yeah, she is very thoughtful that way, but she's very careful also not to be overbearing.
Coco for
Yeah,
me is the one I know the least. I seldom see her. I've not spent more than
yeah,
5 minutes with her. Zia, I know very well. Zia's more of a
yeah.
chill. She's a chill kid. No?
Oh,
More chill.
yeah, she's very chill. Yeah.
Who has more of Jaja?
A little bit of, I guess, everyone. A little bit of there's me in all of my children. Yeah. Yeah, you can like recognize some traits. Oh, that's me.
And what are the traits you hope they don't have? Like, oh my God, I hope she's not like me in the sense of
Oh,
love, life,
just
finance.
recently I realized being in show business and everybody's very health conscious now, right? And there was a lot of times in my life wherein I would go on different um go on different diets. And I just realized later on how much I was influencing my children
Oh,
because yeah, it's not easy being around two people who are both in the business, right? And focusing so much on not just health. Actually, there were times, of course, I was unhealthy in the sense that, oh no, I need to crash diet. I need to do this now because I have to shoot something. So that was, I was like, oh, I've influenced them in such a way too.
And it's a
That's
different
scary.
childhood now. Our kids now are in a different world. They have to fend for themselves. Even if we want to spoon feed them, and now the traits, those traits they got from you. What traits did you get from them? What have they taught you about life?
Sometimes they say though that they don't want to be my friend. They say no, we need a mom more than. But that's the only way I know how to be a mom. I had a full-time mom, which I wish were more of my friend because I couldn't discuss so many things with her. Excuse me, like why was I married at 16? Why was I pregnant at 16? My mom could have told me a few things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was my idea of how I wanted to be a mother, that my children could just easily talk to me if they wanted to say something. When they know that let's say, of course, the COVID-19 has been very hard for everyone. So I would have my moments also, and I realized that when I'm in a panic, they're the ones to calm me down.
Really?
So that's the kind of influence probably I've shared with them, because I always tell them in my home before in Marina, I'd say we had one rule: everybody panic but me, because I need to think.
Mm.
So I see them doing that now, and I'm like, what's happening? And everybody's in Twitter being bitter or whatever, and just panicking, and they would try to calm me down. So that one I noticed.
A lot of people don't know this, but backstage on ASAP, it's when Jaja and I, because we used to have something in common before, we would hold each other back. Like Jaja would tell me, "No, Mart, tigil ka na. Don't tell Robin what he should be doing. You need to let the kids, you need to let go." So
Mhm.
any regrets with your advice? Do you still stick to that same thinking that our kids need to?
Yeah,
Yes, more than
they
ever.
need to experience, yeah, life, because of course you have to let them know that you'll always be around for them. You have to know that. But they should experience life on their own also sometime. I guess because they are very sheltered, but that's part of the problem that they have.
Hmm.
I didn't have a very sheltered childhood. I was out of my home at 16.
Yeah,
I was separated in my 20s. I had Zia and Coco. Wait, when I was 26, I had Zia at 26. So, they just have to experience life
that's right.
also.
And we just need to be there for them, sana to guide them. But it would be nice also if they ask us also. Who's the one, like in Robin, he won't ask me anything. I mean, he's,
Yeah.
I got this, Dad. I got
Sometimes,
it.
I have, no, I just gauged it, like knowing what they're going through. And I try to see who needs me more, financially, or just to be there for them. You sense these things. It's like
Right,
kind of an instinct. So
right.
that's what I try to do.
Now let's talk about your singing. I've always described you, and it's not my own thinking. It's my mom who gave you this title. I don't know
Oh,
if you even know.
really?
I don't even know if you
No,
even
I
know
didn't
this,
know.
but I've always said when people ask me, "What do you think of Jaja Padilla?" I say she's velvet. If singing had a texture, it would be velvet. And that's what my
Wow.
mom used to
Hmm.
say about your voice.
Oh,
That
I
is
should
velvet.
thank your mom. Yeah,
But
thank
you,
you.
but you get my point. There's no other voice like yours. There's a lot of voices, a lot of singers sound alike today, Not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying you have a distinct voice that's velvet in the industry. For me, that's what makes you cut above all. But in your
Thank
opinion
you.
of your history with sisters and brothers and people and family around you, who was the singer in your family? Where did you get that velvet?
I've always loved to sing, and I was the type of child who would watch something in a movie house and step out knowing all the lyrics and melody to the songs.
Galing mo
If I
naman.
hear a song in the radio, I know so many songs. It's weird. I don't know the titles though. And I listen to different kinds of music. I know so much pop. It's weird. The young generation finds me weird,
Really?
liking Super Lonely. That's my favorite song now, Super Lonely. And they go, what song is that?
Really?
Because I listen to a lot of top 40, which I learned doing ASAP. Of
It
course,
happens to
during our younger days, that was, that was so beneficial to me because they
Yes.
just say, "Oh, we're doing this song," and I go, "Yeah, I know it." But in my car, I listen to really old music. There's this radio station that I love that plays all old songs, and it's nice to reminisce about, when I was a little girl and they used to play all that music.
Everyone in your family can sing. I know that your sisters have sung in some karaoke bars in Las Vegas. Trust me, I know. That's how small it is. And they have beautiful voices. But you never had another singer before you.
Oh, you know who has a good voice? I was surprised. My dad. My
Carlos.
dad sings like Perry Como.
No.
Yeah, that's his style. I was like, kind of sounds like one singer. Who is that? Perry Como. Yeah, he's the one with a good voice. My mom loves music, and she was the one who would. The radio was constantly on in our house, constantly. So there was always music. She's a music lover, but she cannot, for the love of God, sing a single note on tune. She's
We should
yeah.
have my mom and your mom do a duet.
Oh my God.
That would be
For real?
amazing. What about boxing? Growing up with the Carlos
Yeah.
Padilla, the referee of
So
Thrilla in Manila and many, many more historical boxing matches. Was there a lot of boxing in your family? Are you an expert in boxing? Do
yeah.
you watch
No, I
boxing?
am not. But
Oh,
I watched
shame on you.
a lot of boxing growing up. And it's people should not be surprised that I love to work out because I've seen my father do it his whole life. He's
Really?
86 now. He still has a gym in his home. I don't know if, because he has really bad vertigo. He's 86 years old, see, but I think he's still able to punch in his bag. I don't know,
Wow.
and that thing, ano nga ba yun, yung parang
Oh.
speedball. I don't know if he still,
Huh?
but I used to watch him all the time do this, the jump rope, the skip rope, and do his workouts. He had a
He's
gym in that
really.
compound. Yeah, he built a small gym, and he would work out, and I would watch him.
So that's where you got that. That's where you got your loving to work out.
Yes, actually, there's only about two of my siblings who don't work out. All the
Hmm.
the rest of us work out
Really.
a lot.
Because I see you, you even video. That's one thing I can't do. Even if I were or I was working out regularly, like the way you do, I would never video it. Are you kidding? People might think, what are those things
No,
bouncing around?
but it's really fun. Like I have two left feet. I always say I couldn't dance to save my life.
Really? Well, that's where you and
Like
I
the
make a
boat is
good.
sinking and you go, okay, whoever can do the step gets in that lifeboat. I'm like, I'm dying. I have to swim to shore. So, but it's fun. So, it doesn't matter when you Zumba that you have to have the grace or the moves. It's just that it's just fun movement,
Right,
a
right.
fun way of exercising. And that's what I'm trying to show people. Hey, you don't have to be a good dancer to do this.
And it helps you with your singing too, because I know you have a reflux. We all have
Yeah.
all singers
Yeah, we
have a
do.
reflux
Yeah.
problem. Huh? Is
It's
that
not
your
really the reflux. It's my asthma.
asthma?
If I don't work out and you just ask me to sing, it's gonna be there's gonna be just phlegm all over.
Really?
And yeah, that's why people have to vocalize, and that's why I have to work out just to open my lungs so that it's clear.
And did you know also? I don't know if you knew this, but and I'm sure it didn't need my father, my Tabuena father, Louis Tabuena, was the one who chose your father to be the
I knew
referee.
that
Did you know this? Thrill in Manila
my father has a lot of cuento. So
about my father.
about his boxing career. So he
Oh,
was, yeah, very grateful to your dad. He was the commissioner of,
sports commissioner, I think it was. And
yeah, there. See, I remember that. Yeah, he was very grateful to your dad, and I didn't know your dad then, but I could hear his name.
that's why there's our connection, you see. And another
Uh-huh.
connection that we have also is I met you when you were just fresh out of Hot Dog, right? When you were first becoming a soloist. When did you decide?
Actually, I was
Yeah.
with Hot Dog for less than a year because I was pretty disillusioned about a lot of things. I was
Okay.
so young, and I have a lot of respect for Hot Dog, right? Because until now, their songs have been are iconic. Rather,
Of
they're
course.
iconic. They're They're really good. And that time that I joined them, we started to sing in a disco. So I was like, what's going on? I didn't even know about Puesto because I was just so naive. So thinking, it was just gonna be a road to recording and all that. And then I said, oh, okay. And of course, the opportunity came for me to embark on a solo career, and I took it. So I was with them actually for less than a year. But whenever they would ask me, during that time, whenever they'd ask me to guest in their show or do a recording or whatever, I would indulge, of course. I would oblige.
And now the rest is history. Do you remember our first back-to-back concert in Araneta called The Main Event?
Oh my God, no, I don't. What is this? Tell me.
We called it The Main Event, and I don't know if it's because your dad is a boxing referee. Our poster is in a boxing ring.
No joke.
Wait, no, it's for real. What happened to you? You forgot?
I forgot. I've forgotten this.
I
What
have
year was
pictures of
this?
us during the time. Remember this song? Kung ako man ay paro-paro at ikaw ay bulaklak.
Oh, that was in CCP. I remember that.
That you remember. That was like way back. Wow.
Yeah, that was back. That was like, wasn't that for ASEAN that we did something
Yeah,
like
I
that?
see it. Thank you. It must be the
And then-
anesthesia.
Yeah, must be the anesthesia. That's right. But I don't remember the main event. Oh my God. How come I don't have posters of this?
I have a poster. I'll show you. I have it upstairs, I think. Come on. That was a great show.
I remember Divine Madness clearly.
That one
Yeah.
also.
That
Yes.
Araneta. But I didn't know that we had another Araneta.
I think we had at least one or two. All I know is anyone and everyone I know in the industry, when it comes to ZSA Padilla, of the many things you do well, of the many voices that you can sing, how you attack a song, your phrasing is perfect, your intonation is perfect, your diction is perfect. For me, I'm talking about Martina. But of all the many talents you have, I don't know how you're able to do this, but everybody wants to be your best friend. Wala kang enemy, ZSA.
No naman. But you
Why-
know what?
Why do you think? How do you click with all? Gary and I are always fighting over you, just so you know.
No, I don't know. You guys, I love so much. And, when I have free time, I think about our younger years a lot. Ganun pala yun, ano?
Yes.
So I'm thinking, oh my God, I've known like Gary since I was 19.
Yes.
And I consider him like a childhood friend.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, he's my childhood friend. So even if I have like tambo, I was like, so tambo. But then like when I see these people, I just go hug them or pretend to make them sakalan. Go, I'm so tambo with you. Wala eh. I love you guys eh.
Ganun na lang. Ganun lang ako. The love is mutual all around. And now that
Yeah.
we're going back, during the time where were you when ABS-CBN went off the air?
Oh, I was home. That really, it was just like a carpet pulled from under you. I don't know how to describe it because we just had meetings for how we were going to do.
The next.
I don't know, the next thing, parang how are we gonna survive and do our next shows, and then boom, tears. And then the next day, I just locked myself in this room. I call this my little lugar. And Conrad wasn't minding me because he knows that I just had to process everything. I had to talk to my therapist. And she said, yeah, I just feel it. Just grieve for now. And then the next day, I was fine. I just cried it out. I just did whatever. Yeah.
I think we all felt the same
that
way.
song super lonely so many times. I wasn't lonely, but I was feeling sad. So it was just like the saddest happy song. It's weird because the lyrics are really sad, but it's a happy tune. Next day, I was fine. I just like
Next day,
okay.
the next day you were fine.
I'm gonna, how I know I'm fine. I get out of the room and do normal stuff. I'm cooking again. But so you see me in a room and I'm not moving.
Right.
Means something's wrong.
And when this happened, when ABS-CBN was taken off the air, again, we have to say that it's like taking a body part away from us. I've been with that show since the very beginning. We're talking
That's right.
26 years. I've been with ABS for over 30 years. So it's like,
I
what
was
the
with
heck?
ABS when it, you were with ABS when it restarted, right?
Right, the first day.
Yeah, I also had a show actually for like a
I remember.
season.
I remember.
Yeah, after the special. So yeah, it's like losing a home.
Now, of course, the problem is bigger than all of us. We really shouldn't comment about it, but we know the effects of losing and not being at work every Sunday.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad to be talking about you know. Actually, I don't feel that we have to be defensive in the sense that I do know, and I'm worried for a lot of people who are going to be losing their jobs, who have lost their jobs. I mean, we are parang at the very tip of the problem. There are just like more to hurdle in the coming months.
Right.
Until next year. You never know what's gonna. That's why when people ask me for advice, I say one thing: hold on to your money.
Yeah.
Buy only essentials. Buy food. Buy just what you need. Don't. We have a tendency to spoil ourselves when we work hard. We like to reward ourselves. Stop that. That's enough of that.
Right.
We have to be very smart with our money now. You don't know where the next job is gonna be.
We don't know, and being entertainers, and especially now with the pandemic and all, that was just to add insult to injury. Now we don't even know when our next concert will be or our next show will be. How are you adjusting to that?
I'm already thinking of ways on how I can reach my audience, but of course I'm thinking of how I can sell me, right? But of course, I'm the product, and everybody's saying, "Hey, it's going to be e-commerce. It's going to be you have to be well connected. Your internet, your Wi-Fi has to be stronger, etc., etc." I'm just listening to a lot of people, not particularly related to my job. Yesterday, I was listening to a talk about something totally unrelated to my business, but I was just like picking up points, things that I could use. And this morning I had an idea of, I want to be a voice actor. I'm going to read.
A voice actor?
Yeah. I was like,
what character? What would be your character?
No, I would want to read an ebook.
I'm closing my eyes now. I'm thinking you could be an empress, you could be a princess, you could be a farm animal with your voice. You've got your voice. You can do anything with your voice. Your voice is magic.
I could do farm animal sounds. Just one.
Let's hear it. What the hell? I thought she was kidding. I was just kidding. I can do it. I can do a cow. Can you see yourself going to the farm that you've been working on for so long? Do you see yourself going there and staying there and doing nothing? Is that the next ZSA, or do you need to be working?
No way. It's going to be finished in 2 months. So we have two places. One is called the Casa Esperanza, which is our rest house turned B&B.
Oh, nice.
Because Conrad can't help himself with the budget. He's Conrad ang Laura, so everything has to be perfect and right. And so our budget just kept going up. So we decided to share it with people. It was supposed to be our rest house.
Smart.
And then we decided to have it rented out like a B&B. And Lokban is a beautiful place. It's quiet. In the mornings, you'll just hear the breeze, birds. So it's nice for relaxation. But Conrad built a big pool, an Olympic-sized pool, but not as wide as an Olympic-sized pool. So
for laps,
the length, for laps.
Nice.
And we have very soon. I'm going to be featuring it. I just need to edit it and write a narration for my first YouTube video. So I'm going to show the place, how it started, but it's still developing. It's still under construction. We have 2 months to go. We're still working on the interiors now because everybody's working with a skeletal force, right? because we have a lot of workers from the next town called Sampaloc who can't come in.
So this is Jaja Padilla in her most challenging role. I know that
Yeah.
you do a lot of acting as well. And of course, Conrad is one of the best architects that we have. So is it hard? Do you think that what he's asking of you will be your most challenging role? An organizer, the one who's going to handle the books. Do you see yourself doing that?
I can try because I'm always willing to to do something new, and also I'm honest enough to myself to say I think I need help, but I am willing to give it a try. And I think most artists are, what's the character, tenacious, is it? What is it called? Yung sobra tayo sa, we don't stop until we get it right. May ganung traits yung artist, kaya parang I feel that I'll be able to do it because
Right.
I have the discipline to just keep going at it. We don't give up easily, do we?
You and I
Yes.
have one thing in common is that we're now living in the age of new singers, better singers, stronger singers, younger singers, more popular singers, and yet we're still somewhat within their reach. We're not that far behind.
We
Is
are
that
so
an achievement?
grateful for that.
Diba?
And you know,
Feeling of
I
achievement.
realize we should even be more grateful because there are a lot of shows that's going to be discontinued. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I'm part of actually 3 shows that's still going to be on air. I'm part of ASAP. I have the show to, of course, we're going to try to wrap up Love Thy Woman. But I'm like, oh my God, well, we have still so many episodes left. And then I don't know if I'm still going to be called to be a judge in Tawag ng Tanghalan. But I'm like, and hearing fans say, oh my God, we want these shows back or these artists back. And I'm like, I'm pretty lucky. Yeah.
We are very blessed, Jaja. And with all the many things that you do so well, you're an amazing actress. We saw you in Almost Paradise as well.
Thank you.
Your voice is velvet, and your staying power is unbelievably amazing because we should be somewhere in the pastures already. So we must be doing something right, or maybe God is truly on our side. And I think it's because, like you said, we don't quit. And we thank you for never quitting because I can't see an industry without Jaja Padilla. Thank you for your time, Jaja.
Thank you so much for having me, Mart.
You have time for a
And-
couple of songs?
Of course. Yeah, I would love to sing
That's-
with you.
All right, Jaja.
Over
Thank you so much for your time. Over and over
Thank-
again. Contra
Yeah.
tayo ulit. Main event part 2 or Divine Madness part 2.
Divine Madness.
Both of us walking really slow. Ano ba? Let's go, Jaja. Come on. Tara.
Matagal pa yun, even though masakit ng mga knees. Masakit
Ay.
ang kasukasuan, the joints. But
Hi. Oh,
we
I
just
feel
gotta
you.
get out there,
feel you.
you know.
that's right, Jaja. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Mart.
Love
Bye.
you, Jaj. Take care.
Love you. Thank you for joining us.
You call me from the room in your hotel, all full of romance for someone that you met, and telling me how sorry you were leaving so soon, and that you miss me sometimes when you're alone in your room. Do I feel lonely too? You have no right to ask me how I feel. You have no right celebration. So you build that wall. Yes, you build that wall. And you make it stronger. We have no right to ask me how I feel. You have no right to speak to me so kind. Someday I might find myself looking in your eyes, but for now we'll go on living separate lives.
Yes, for now we'll go on living
Separate lives. Someday, when I'm awfully low and the world is cold, I will feel a glow just a thinking of you. Just the way you look tonight.
But you're lovely with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you and the way you look tonight.
With each word, your tenderness grows. You're tearing my fears apart.
And that laugh, that wrinkles your nose, it touches my foolish heart. You're lovely, never ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. When I'm feeling low and the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you. And
Just the way you look
tonight.
with each word, your tenderness grows. You're tearing my fears apart.
And that laugh, that wrinkles your nose, touches my foolish heart.
My heart,
You're lovely, never ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you.
just the way you look tonight.
Just the way you look tonight. Just the way you look tonight.
Jaja. Jaja Padilla in the house, everyone. One in a million. Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll find the sun will shine for you. For you, light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Everyone at the Summer Watch Party, we hope you had a great time. Chit-chatting with Jaja Padilla in the house. You're welcome to stay and jam with us for the rest of the evening until we hit the Monday morning. Here we go. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Thank you to the divine diva, Jaja Padilla.